Hey, what's up? Chaz here. We are in Emporia, Kansas for Unbound. That's right, one of the biggest gravel races on the North American gravel calendar, and we're gonna check in with all the Zipp athletes and see what wheels, tires, and pressure they're running. So make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, but stick around and see what's good at Unbound 2024. He said he feels like $1 million. He looks like $1 billion. Ted King. What's up, my guy? How are you?
How are you? How are you?
I'm doing good. Where are we at? What's going on?
We're in a baseball field in Emporia, Kansas.
This will be the 7th 200. What bike are you running? What's the setup for the 7th Unbound?
This is a bike that we're getting familiar with, folks. This is a Cannondale Super 6 Evo SE. This is my go-to gravel race bike. It is light, it is swift, it is fun. Made a couple changes just recently, most notably the shifters. We have SRAM ETAP Axis shifters, the new bad boys, with supremely strong braking performance, one finger braking. That's as a result of moving the piston around rather than going a vertical piston. We're doing a horizontal motion. So yeah, super strong brakes. And then the other thing that I really love is the one button push right there, doing a little bit of shifting right there.
Coming from a much more traditional cycling background, pro tour cyclist,
yes, sir.
Do you find yourself more in the hoods or the drops? Because I think this is a nod to, like, a lot of new cyclists are running in the hoods, as opposed to, you know, the classics is everyone's in the drops all the time. Like, where does this new feature fit in with your preferred body position?
I'm equal, all things equal. I spend a lot of time in the hoods. I spend a lot of time in the drops. I also come from an era that we used to put our forearms here, which of course is not
legalized era, era, baby.
Not disallowed in the gravel scene, but something that we're doing a lot less of. So I'm a equal opportunity kind of guy.
I love it. Okay, so the weather is beautiful right now, as always. There is talks of an inch of rain on Friday, which has everybody scrambling, freaking out. I've heard people saying they're shipping in mountain bikes, like all of this crazy stuff going. However, Ted is one of those people that has been doing this for a very long time and kind of has set in his ways, but also because his ways are generally the best ways. So talk about your tires and what you're gonna be running.
It had never occurred to me to ship in a mountain bike, which...
now he's thinking about it. He's like,
I gotta go, I gotta make a phone call. I have René-Hurst 700 by 44 Snoqualmie Pass. This is the Endurance Plus casing, which I worked with Jan at René-Hurst in order to develop this tire in particular, the casing in particular. It is ridiculously strong.
Okay, so talk about the slick. Why the slick for a second too? Because this is basically a full slick tire.
Right, full slick. The reason I go with that is we have supremely hard pack with marbles on top, so you're not getting a lot of grip. If you have knobs, the grip is kind of effectively useless. I'd rather have a wide, call it footprint, a wide patch on the ground.
Huge right there.
And then run a low pressure. I don't know what I have in there now. I'd guess 30, and I'm gonna be in the high 20s.
So even a little lower.
Yeah.
So you got a 44 is a wide tire.
44 is a wide tire. And I know people are, you know, I talked to some folks who are going north of 50, and I don't disagree with that, to be honest. I'm happy with this choice. I think it's a good mix of aero fast, comfortable fast, durable, super strong. And then met with this whole weather situation, right? Like there's a very solid chance that I'm gonna opt down to a 38.
So tried and true Cannondale Super 6 Evo Plus?
Super 6 Evo SE.
SE, the Plus is the endurance
Exactly.
casing. This is a nod to the Flint Hills of Kansas. We've got the René-Hurst 700 by 44 Snoqualmie Pass Endurance Plus. And
it just got the Midas touch by the good folks at SRAM. They went through it with a fine-tooth comb. New bearings, new BB. I mean, I've talked about this quite a bit. Like, okay, you can get by with let's call it well-used bearings and well-used parts, except for an event like this that is so long, you want to be really capitalizing on the efficiency of things. So I'm psyched with the new chain, new bearings, new BB. The other cool thing is that with the new SRAM shifters, it is backwards compatible. So this bike is not running a UDH. But I can run it on the previous existing SRAM stuff. So this is Eagle. This is awesome. It is a 1050 and paired up with a 46 front. I don't know. I call
and the new. So you could have the newest shifters in the front and still run the existing group that you have right now that you're super comfortable with, and everything will work just fine.
Smooth sailing.
Ready to go.
It's gonna be awesome.
Sick. Thanks, my dude. Good luck out there. fresh from the redwood forest of Santa Cruz.
Anna Yamanuchi, how's it going?
Good, yeah.
Where are we at? What's going on?
We're in Unbound, a little bit different than Santa Cruz now.
There's not a lot of redwoods, huh?
Not a lot of redwoods, just some trains.
And some supposedly really rocky gravel, yeah?
Yeah, checked it out today. It is rocky. There's a lot of smooth stuff too, so it'll be a good mix.
Turns out it's a lot like other gravel races.
Well, I like the chunky stuff,
There you
so
go.
turns out it's just 200 miles of pedaling.
Who knew? Okay.
So last time we checked in with Anna was Mid-South. You've got an entirely new bike. Can you give us a rundown of what you're going to be racing for Unbound 2024?
Yeah, I am racing the Able, so it's the one with the raised chainstay, which honestly, with mud, if it comes, will be a huge thing, just shedding the sticky cement mud.
But there's not anything to catch the chainring. Most people get stuck right there in the chainring, but you're like, I don't
look
even
at
have
all
that.
that space.
Can you tell me what wheels you're riding to?
I am on the Zipp 303 Firecrest. Super speedy. They got the little golf ball dimples, and I hear golf balls go fast, so they must too.
Super fast, like
Yeah.
PGA Tour stuff.
Yeah.
Tire pressure wise, what do you think you're running? I mean, everyone has said it's super chunky, some
Yeah.
say it's super fast. Like, how do you find the good tire pressure for that middle ground?
I've been pre-riding, and I've been running just like riding descents at race pace and seeing how it feels. Being a little reckless, not too reckless though. And I did hit a little bit of rim going, I was 20 today,
Okay.
2021.
Okay.
So maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe some inserts, we'll see, on the fly decisions.
All right, so I got to ask you about the stuff up front.
Yes.
You've got the new red axis shifters.
Yes.
What's up with them? How do you like them?
Yeah, they're so exciting. I love them because I have smaller hands and the hood size is just a little bit more comfortable for me. And then a huge plus too is these trigger shifters, which are great if I just want to stay on my hoods all day long. Time pedals. I actually recently switched to them and I love them. I was hoping to ride road pedals, except I hear there's some storms coming in.
So this is in case you have to dismount. Last year there was a lot of running.
Yeah.
I think more slow
I actually
walking.
had toe spikes last year,
Did
and
you?
I think it was a game changer.
That's amazing. So you brought a little cyclocross to the 200-mile gravel
Yep.
race.
There's some sort of aero bars, but I kind of love the little flat part, so I can just rest my hands there. Nice and cozy, and I think I got a 90 mil stem. So.
Do you feel like you feel faster looking at bars like this? People have said fast bars make you feel faster because you just look down and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I would say I look down and I have the little tilt of the
Oh,
hoods
you do?
going.
You got the little squeeze in there? All
and
right.
I would say it's more for comfort, but it looks fast.
It does look
So
super
that's
fast.
all that matters, once
All right,
again.
so you've got the Allied Abled, the Zipp 303 Firecrest, the whole SRAM Access group right here. Although, this is the old
Yes.
this is the old Eagle derailleur, so you can run the new shifters with the old group, yeah?
Yes. It's kind of cool that I'm like mountain bike, old drivetrain, like it's a mix of
It's like mountain bike,
absolutely
kind of some
everything.
cyclocross jams,
Yeah.
then like the newest of the absolute new up front. Sick. All right, well, thanks for running me down your bike. Good luck, and
thank
have
you.
a good shred.
All right, the party has officially arrived. It's no longer in the bus.
It's in the van. What's
Van.
up? Sarah Stern, how's it going?
Hi, here in beautiful Emporio once again. You've probably never heard of it.
So what's going on? This is a crazy looking bike. There's like so many colors. There's raw carbon, there's suspension. What is happening here?
A lot of this is similar to what I ran last year and tried and true, you know. I love the Firecrest, and that's what I have decided to run again. And I am just a 42 Pathfinder kind of gal. There's a little bit more rubber on these girls though.
But you still got this super fast center strip.
Yeah, I just, it's also reinforced because I have heard the North Course is a big fan of flatting people's tires. So I went with the most robust tire I could get, sacrificed a little bit of weight for that. Same thing with this bike as well.
Because it's got the squishy bits.
Yeah, we
all
got
around,
the squishy bits. And honestly, I'm a little older, so I get a little sore towards the end of the race, and anything that I can do to minimize that is like, which also goes into tire selection as well. So kind of bigger ends up being a little squishier, and that I think really helps take some of the chatter out of the ride, and also it can potentially prevent some flat. It's also very aero, I have been told.
Oh yeah, I mean look at
and
this.
And it feels aero.
Aero bars.
Yeah.
Aero wheels.
Aero wheels.
What's up with this thing? You got like so much color going on right here. I'm loving
yeah,
the whole
well,
combo.
we thought that it just needed some pizzazz. This is a custom paint job for Unbound for Team Specialized, and I just needed to liven it up a little bit because, you know, just the fork painted wasn't enough.
Yeah, normally there's a lot more
for
color.
me.
This is cool, but this is definitely not like the Sarah Stern.
Yeah, I love.
This is the Sarah Stern bike.
Yeah, I love the checkerboard. It actually like matches with my checkerboard finish line theme. Yeah.
Awesome. And a quick shout out, not road pedals. What's with the decision to go mountain bike? You got some time, mountain bike pedals on there.
Yeah, I still have yet been able to run confidently a road pedal for a gravel race, just because the thought of getting off my bike and having to run in road shoes is not something I want to experience. Just because you look so silly in it. Really, it has nothing to do with performance, it's vanity. But no, I think for me, with the cyclocross conditions that are definitely
may or may not be here
coming our way.
Yeah.
Hopefully, again, I mean, I can shoulder the bike.
Like a true pro. All right.
But yeah, I think this is the race ready setup. I'm really
This
stoked.
is it. We've got all the squishy bits. We've got all the aero bits. It's the maximum combination of speed and comfort for Sarah Stern.
Ready.
Sick.
The internet wants to know, how do you get your shoes so white?
Well,
OxyClean? What's the secret?
You just get a brand new pair before a race.
There you go.
Don't recommend.
So last year, South Course was an amazing time.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts for 200 miles of Unbound gravel?
Well, I haven't seen this course, but it seems as though we're still in Kansas.
It turns out we're still here.
No, I'm excited. I mean, I kind of hope for some mud, or something to just kind of make it feel a little different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, I just don't even think about the fact that it's 200 miles.
No.
You can't.
You can't. So
You'll
one thing
never get through it.
I wanted to ask about is, I know there's been this big push and there should be a bigger push to get equal opportunities for women in racing. And I know that the start is going to be a little different, but what's the difference in the start now from last year? Like, how are things improving?
Yeah, they did make some improvements. There's still a lot to go. But
So what do we have now and what would be a best case?
all right, so we started with the mixed start, and that is definitely not a fair race for women because the race just becomes how long can you stay with the pro men and the men's group and then stay in a draft. Then last year we had a separate start, but because of the mud and the amateurs starting so soon after us, they caught us immediately, and it was still a men and women's race.
Yeah.
This year they've buffered even more time, so 15, 20 minutes maybe?
Okay.
Between us and the amateurs. They start us behind the pro men. We will end up catching some pro men and some amateurs will catch us, but it is more fair than it has been.
Yeah.
Eventually, we hope either a no drafting policy, so like we are not allowed to work with men.
Well, like an official stance from the race organizers?
Yeah. And they were trying to do it this year. It just was logistically too challenging because of how far we get spread out throughout the course. Really, in my opinion, they should just send the pro men and pro women on a separate day.
Right? You heard it here first. Hot take. There should be separate days for pro men and pro women.
I don't love the idea of it, but I also really want to race just women.
Yeah.
It's way different. And like, I was even talking to Tiff, and she was saying that in Scotland at the UCI race, it was a women's race, so it's a separate day.
Which is how it should be.
It is, and the women just don't even know how to race because we haven't had the opportunity to do it, so it's really new.
Well, you heard it here first. They're making strides, but there's a long way to go in women's racing.
Yeah.
Here's to Unbound 2025 being a little better.
Yeah.
Kansas 2024 Unbound. Let me know what's good. Walk me through it.
Yeah. First time ever racing the Diverge STR. Been riding it for like the past 3 weeks, and at first, not gonna lie, highly skeptical about a full sus gravel bike.
Because it's got the squishy here and the
Squishy
squishy here, right?
and squishy here. Yeah, check this out. Flicks.
See, normally,
Boom.
normally you don't see a seat post move like that, but it's supposed to.
It's supposed to, yeah. And it, yeah, I mean, after weeks of getting used to it and finicking with or adjusting position, it's, dude, I'm in love. It's pretty sick.
You were saying there's one section where if you have to unclip, it could be like a Flanders scenario where you're walking.
For sure.
This is going to keep you in the saddle.
Yeah, just in the saddle, maintaining traction. And I think also with how rocky it is, just having a little more forgiving ride will prevent flatting. And I can run more pressure in the tires and still have a good like ride experience and not be bounced around all day.
So all right, well, let's talk about the wheels and tires.
Yeah, wheels and tires. I've got the classic Zipp 303 Firecrest. Yeah, I mean, super lightweight, aero, bomb-proof.
And you were telling me, this is a shout out to the Roots.
Yeah, paying homage to the Roots.
How long have you had this wheel set?
These are, dude, 2.5 years of gravel racing. 2.5 years
of gravel racing.
Yep.
And they're still your go-to gravel wheel set for racing.
100%. They're tried and true. Have gone through bearings, all the above, but the rims are still killing it.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, stoked on them. And yeah, mounted up to those bad boys. I'm going to be on the Specialized Pathfinder Pro 42s.
Seems like a common choice, but why this tire specifically? It's just like everyone's on it.
I mean, it's last time I raced Unbound, I was on these, didn't flat. So yeah,
that alone is saying a lot.
That alone, which is, yeah, I mean, that's rare. Yeah. So they roll super fast. You can see like the smooth strip in the middle.
Because there is, for everyone talking about the chunk in the mud, there's a lot of fast sections.
No, there is. There's a lot of like high speed, just fairly smooth gravel where having a fast tire is key. And even with all the rocks out there, I mean, it's not like having a bunch of tread is going to help you traction wise. Yeah. It's just volume. So yeah, having a fast tire for the couple corners that are out there, they have a pretty aggressive like corner knob, so you can lean the bike and really get some grip. And yeah, and they're just tough.
Yeah, that's what we're going for. So what kind of PSI you had mentioned before, but like what's the pressure you're thinking about running and why? How did you get to that pressure?
Yeah, so on like a crux, like a rigid frame with 42s and the Firecrest, I always run around like 33 in the front, 34 in the rear. The fastest tire in the world is not all that fast when there's no air in it. So yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. With this bike though, because it has the suspension and it's comfortable, I'm actually gonna be more like 35, 36.
Okay.
Just, yeah, try not to flat, have it roll a little faster, and yeah, use the suspension as an advantage.
All right, I'm mildly dying trying to hang on the wheel with these guys. We checked out with the boys, we checked out with everyone. Wheels, tires, PSI, Unbound 2024. We got Lance.
What up?
And Freddie.
Old Legion crew here.
Old Legion crew, here we are.
I got the stickers on the wheels.
Yeah. Oh,
That's my boys. Make sure to give these legends a follow, making you faster, Unbound 2024.
See you guys.